social in general. With I mean, how do you come at this with CTV and social? And I think this is also where your content seems to play. But Jack, I'm just curious. Since you were writing software for sneakers in the '80s, how you look at social today in terms of hyper local.
I think you got to follow the viewers to wherever they are. I think we lean on social as kind of that first point of navigation to bring the viewers to the content that we may have and we may be offering. I think, last week we embedded with the Beach Boys and Club Kokomo. So we were live for practically 36 hours where we had a national sponsor. We were covering behind the scenes of the band, them sitting around having, drinks or doing meet and greets with various, fans that were there. We were covering the Beach Life concert, and every few minutes we were running, a minute long ad pod. So I think our focus has been on how do you do really creative live? How do you bring in a national sponsor that doesn't really care? Well, they care, of course, but they're not bidding for anything. They've said, look, we believe in this event and we want to be the showcase sponsor for that. And then based on a number of viewers who are watching and how many ad pods we run, then the biddable part comes in and we monetize it based on how clever we are. And we use social then to drive the viewers to that environment. And we thought, partnering with the Beach Boys would be a pretty good start to get that kind of test going. So those are some of the things we're testing. Nobody has all the answers in this, but I'm leaning heavy on live, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah, and on that note, I mean, Laura, I mean, this is tailor
This
made
is
for
our
you.
sweet spot. I freaking love social. So I have never been at a company this close to the authentic creation of content at the scale of Fremantle. So we're the sixth largest social media provider behind Sony. And, you know, like, because our formats travel so well. So America's Got Talent, the Got Talent franchise is replicated in hundreds of territories and places. Idol, X Factor, Family Feud, like it's awesome. And so we have this very authentic relationship between YouTube and our social handles that we partner on with, production where we run that gives us a couple different things, right? I think there's an advertising lens that we can amplify audiences and target. But again, we speak authentically. That's the nice thing about social is there's no restriction on the creative where it has to be a 10, 15, 30-second spot. It could be something that actually means something to the audience. And it's a much better experience, I think, right? I think the other piece that's been really exciting has been being able to really understand who that audience is, like Christina, going back to what you were saying, and just leaning into like, we're not going to be anything else but what we are, and then amplify that message of like, hey, this is what's available for you, but we're touching them everywhere. So there's like this marketing element, there's this advertising element, but it's been able to allow us to do really unique partnerships. Amazon Fresh licensed Supermarket Sweep to play the games in the stores, and then we can amplify that on our social. We can run it on our Buzz or DigiNet. Like the opportunities are synergistic through the entire footprint, but we're seeing there's 90% usage on a daily basis for several social, like, right, Instagram, Facebook, depending on the audience, right? And so, and they're searching there now. Like TikTok now is search, it's not Google. So again, it's meeting the audiences where they are and then creating authentic, unique brand stories that match to our IP and what our audiences are looking for. It is my favorite thing about being here. Our social team is absolutely outstanding.
We're actually in the middle of producing our Tengo Talento Mucho Talento show, which is one of our largest programs, very similar to America's Got Talent for the Hispanic audiences. And we've actually converted this whole show to actually add a social component. So we're using YouTube to bring in viewership, have polls and different interaction and engagement through users. And I think that what that does, it combines the CTV lean back experience that we've historically known and adding in this user engagement element that people can touch, feel, and like really get in the weeds about how this production is being done, interacting with our cast and our talent. So it's been a really great opportunity to really see the whole spectrum in terms of engagement with our audiences, everything from the couch all the way through on your phone and in person. So I think it's been a really great opportunity to really bring in that holistic experience to the user.